The Clarkson Golden Knights played their 7th draw of the year on Friday evening against the Colgate Raiders. After being down 1-0 after 1 period of play, the Golden Knights got things moving in the second frame on ECAC Hockey Player of the Week, Joe Zarbo's 12th goal of the year. He took a great pass from Samuel Breck, tying the game at 1 at 1:27, the Frenchies' forward time of the goal. The Knights will take a 2-1 lead later on in period number 2. Al McPherson's 5th of the year on the power play from Jarrett Burton and Andrew Hillson gave the Knights a 2-1 lead. Joe Wilson would put the Raiders back into a 2-2 draw with a late power play goal at the end of 2 periods of play. Clarkson freshman TJ Moore's first career goal, a dig of a pass and a shot from Bissett and McGinnity gave Clarkson an early third period lead at 2:18. The Frenchies showed a late time of the goal, but the Raiders would come back with 2 late goals. Borkowski in the backhand at 13:59 and McCann scored at 17:06, giving the Raiders a 4-3 lead. Clarkson was about to pull goaltender Greg Lewis for the extra attacker, but Joe Zarbo then fed James Howden for Howden's 3rd of the year with 1:06 to go in regulation, tying the game at 4. The Knights would outshoot Colgate 2-0 in the overtime, and they played their 7th draw of the year. With the tie, Clarkson is now 4-6-2 in the league, and they are now 5-13-7 overall. Again, on Friday evening, it was the Clarkson Golden Knights and Colgate Raiders playing to a 4-4 draw at Clarkson's Shield Arena.
Okay, we're up here with Joe Zarbo and Pat McGinnity. Joe, we'll start with you. I talked about Colgate being high risk, high reward in the neutral zone. They're willing to take some chances to try and catch teams on their heels, and you got to take advantage of that tonight with the turnover. Talk about how that play developed, and then give us a little insight what you're doing on the breakaway.
Yeah, it was kind of a broken play there in the neutral zone, and Sam LeBret got the puck there, and I kind of just saw the lane, and he got it through a couple guys to me. And I was going down on the breakaway, probably originally going to shoot it, but the goalie was kind of cheating on one side, so I decided to go with my backhand.
Perfect. And then, Pat, tonight you get to play center, and most season you've been playing wing. And talk about the transition, from wing to center, and is it comfortable for you? Is that a more natural position from juniors?
Yeah, I played center my first year junior, so but there's definitely a bit of transition there. There's more responsibility down low in the defensive end, and more ice and hard too, but I enjoyed it.
Joe, power play 1-4 tonight, showing some signs of improvement. What's getting better, and where do you see some need for the team still got to make some transitions, some improvements to get the power play clicking where you want it?
Yeah, I definitely we show signs of chemistry out there. I think we're clicking a little bit better. I mean, every team has a different penalty kill, so it's a little different every game. And, what we have to do, their strengths or weaknesses. I think we just got to make sure we're all on the same page, and we'll be good.
All right, Pat, this is the point where you've had quite a few games under your belt as a freshman, and freshmen start to make that transition from being rookies to regular members of the team. Where do you feel like you've had the biggest challenge? What's been the biggest challenge as a freshman playing college hockey, and where do you feel like you really feel a lot more comfortable now as a freshman?
I think right away you notice how much faster the game is here, and also the strength of the older players. But I think right now all the freshmen have really, we've gained some valuable experience as the season's gone on, and we played in some tight games, some big games, so that's definitely helped us.
Right, you mentioned the tight games. A lot of ties this year, a lot of one-goal games. What do you feel that brings going into this late in the season? Do you think you get a lot out of that, and maybe in the playoffs you're going to be in some tight games? Is there some benefit to that?
Definitely it's better than a loss. Hopefully, just instead of getting ties, getting these wins, and set ourselves up for the playoffs there. But just got to work hard and set ourselves up, like I said before.
All right, thanks, Gary. Let's get back downstairs. All right, we're back with Coach Jones. Coach, first, they hit late in the game, right at the end of the whistle. They're hit to the head or hit from behind, whatever you want to call it. Any explanation for the rest of why they didn't call it or what happened there?
They didn't think it was a penalty. That's what they said to us. They had no explanation for it. We showed him that he was bleeding, and obviously had to leave the game. So it just they didn't think that he caught him right from behind.
First period, another hit to the head. It was to call a charging. 15 from their team, clearly get under a few guys' skin. Second period, you kind of took that away from them. What did you tell the guys about the way some of the high hits they were having, and how did the guys kind of rein it in?
Well, it was a situation. I thought our discipline got us in trouble in the first period, and we talked about it. We, at this point in the season, we shouldn't have to be sitting guys during the course of a game to send a message, and I thought that affected us in the second period by having some guys on the bench that were taking penalties. That we were tired on the last penalty kill on our second goal in that period was because of fatigue, because we weren't using our whole bench at that point in time. But for the most part, I thought that we avoided 15. Probably took one penalty on them too much because we took care of it on the hit itself. And that's the managing of the game we keep talking to our young team about, was we got them, we went after it. I believe in it. If someone violates one of your teammates, you should arrive on a scene. And the right call was made, a 5 to him and a 2 for us. But that should have taken care of the situation. And then you get back to playing hockey and handle it accordingly. But yeah, it was under our skin a little bit in terms of the situation. I thought our first period probably was our weakest. I thought after that, I felt really good about our team in the second period. And then I thought the third period, I thought we were in complete control of the game. And then for it to go bing, bing like that and to be down and for our kids to react and get the next goal to make it a tie game, I thought was a real positive sign for our team. But I really felt comfortable with our team in the third period where we were playing and generating chances and not giving them up, giving them much. So I'm going to look at the positive here tonight and progression going forward. I thought it was a good game for us.
Yeah, shots 10-3, or actually 10-3 in the third period, so your team really started to pour it on. I'll ask you the same thing about the power play. I know you saw some signs of life here, a good goal there, but what else do you think what are some things that we need to work on as far as the power play goes as well?
Our biggest obstacle all year has been zone entrance. You saw that on the first power play tonight, where we don't come together. We get off on we don't stick to the game plan in terms of you work on it all weekend. The funny thing is, I don't know if people realize, you have game film on all these teams, so you actually execute their neutral zone stuff during the course of the week on a Wednesday, your special teams day. So you go over your execution plan, and then it's going into a game and staying the course on that and being strong on it. But on the first one, when we watched the tape after the first period, it was clearly our passing was off coming up the zone. We just had to be crisper with our passes, and we zone entered after that. And we have some chemistry in terms of some guys getting in some roles now on the power play. But we can't. We have to get it set up. That's been one of our biggest hurdles in the year. But it's a situation. We had a power play lineup last weekend, but it didn't give me a chance to really use my bench properly. So we just shuffled some guys around this weekend, and I thought we had better energy on it because last week we always had someone tired. They were all on different lines, and this week we went a little closer to line matchups in terms of who was on the same line. That gave us a chance to have one fresher not going on ice for the power play, so that helped.
Ask Pat about the move to center, and it's one thing to play center in juniors coming up through, and then you make the move to college. You're playing wing for a long time. What was the idea of moving him to center, and how did you like his performance tonight?
Well, the one thing he's really responsible, right? He's got tremendous hockey sense, and those are characteristics that you want of your guys down the middle. He's got tremendous work ethic. So just to say, we're talking, we're juggling lines. Like we come out of last weekend where we split on the road, and McPherson's line and actually Benny's line in the course of those two games don't have any 5-on-5 goals for us. So we're still looking for depth in terms of scoring. Our Zarbo line did all our scoring for us last weekend. So we're still looking to mix and match and see if we can get some chemistry and all that. And we just went with it. We had some guys moved up with Burton up there with McPherson and Benny, and then we slid him. So we're getting short on centers, and we did it. I knew him coming in that he played some center, and his awareness and hockey sense, I was comfortable with that for him to get in there. And I thought he did a good job, and they had good energy tonight, that line.
In the pregame, I talked about this being a weekend where you're playing two really different teams. It seems like now you play Colgate tonight. Now you got to transition quickly for a Cornell team. What do you expect out of Cornell tonight? They lost tonight at St. Lawrence. What's the change? What are some big changes your team has to make to be able to adjust to that, to playing Cornell versus Colgate?
Well, if you use the the analogy, you look at a basketball. Some teams are fast break, and some teams are zone play, right? And that's what we're looking at this weekend. Colgate loves to get speed through neutral zone and the blue line and attack with speed, and get out the weak side. And tomorrow night, they're going to look to grind us out and get down and get below the goal line and bring pucks to the net, and very active. So it's just a different mindset. We're going to have to be prepared to get in some battles and win one-on-one battles tomorrow night. That's what they try to do. They try to outcompete in one-on-one situations, and but coming into the situation, I think we're going to use our energy that we scored late in the game and come back on that. Watch a little film. We've got it broken down for tomorrow, and go into tomorrow night. It's an important homestand for us, so we'll be prepared for tomorrow night.
Thanks, Case. Back to you, Bob.